Welcome, Bill.
Good morning to you. Yes, good evening here from the East Coast. Yes.
Thanks for taking the time today. Really would love to just hear more about why you chose coach training with IECL, because you're a long way from us.
I am indeed. Actually, I'm at an interesting crossroads in my career. I've worked as a human resources practitioner and leader throughout my career. And now I'm at a point where I can kind of take a step back. I've always wanted to teach. I've always wanted to consult. And so I thought having the accreditation as a coach would be an important credential for me at this point in my career. I've done, if you will, internal coaching, working with executives, executive teams, department heads through the years, largely in the employee relations arena, staffing. But I thought this credential would be meaningful. You know, the coaching I've done internally has largely been informal, somewhat off the cuff, maybe based, I hope, a little bit on common sense. But what I was hoping to find and what prompted me to do a search for an accreditation program was I felt I needed some more structure around the way I approached executive consulting, particularly if it's something that I may do full or part-time.
Right. Okay. And how did you find the training? Because you started in New Zealand time, I believe.
I did. So I guess I should touch a little bit upon how I came across IECL. You know, I looked at various programs. I'm located in the New York area here in New Jersey, and several institutions, organizations, associations, universities have coaching accreditation programs, but I didn't find one that fit me best, and I'll touch on that in a moment. When I came across IECL via the internet, I was very impressed by what I had read in terms of other testimonials, descriptions of the program, the depthness of the program. I really was I found that to be very motivating, frankly, very in-depth in the approach that you take. And I've worked in global organizations my whole life. I've had global responsibilities. So for me, you know, whether you were in Australia or Europe or next door, it really didn't matter to me. You know, in these COVID times, everything's gone Zoom, and you know, to me, it was just a matter of, could I find the time zone right for IECL? Unfortunately, the New Zealand program that I am participating in seemed to work best.
Okay, cool. So you kind of did late afternoon to late evening, and that worked okay for you?
Late evening's a generous description, but yes. For New York time, it was 5 in the evening till about 12:31 a.m. But that did work fine. I mean, it still allowed me to get relatively a good night's sleep, put in whatever time of work I needed, you know, my normal work day, and still be ready for the 5 o'clock tip off. So worked out extremely well.
Oh, good. Excellent.
And one of the things that was, I mentioned before, you know, some of the things that did attract me to the program was, one, it's a 7-week program. It's 3 intense evenings. I'm using the word intense, but I actually found them to be very enjoyable, information full, thoughtful, engaging. I mean, I found myself, you know, this was not just some seminar or workshop that that one goes to with a shrug and a sigh. I was very engaged and motivated. The pre-work was great. Our facilitators, yourself being one, and Paula, did a fantastic job. It was interactive. I may have been 14 hours behind, but it felt like I was next door. Everyone was very welcoming. They made me feel like one of the team. And I hope I extended that feeling in return as well. It was really
Oh,
quite
absolutely.
a collaborative and engaging environment. I really like coming back to why I chose IECL, and I was very pleased and flattered to be accepted into the program. The duration, the time, the intensity of the program. I really liked, I'm going to come back to structure. I needed structure. I needed a model. I'm kind of a left brain kind of guy, kind of logic driven. And IECL gave me that. And I've really enjoyed not only learning about that model, but the pragmatic side of it, because that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, we shut the textbooks, we shut the keyboard down, and now we're live in front of, a coaching counterpart, a coachee.
That's
and,
so true.
When the lights go on, we've got to be prepared. And the model that IECL provided, I think, is wonderful in terms of helping the coaches with self-awareness, self-discovery. By the way, those are descriptors I would use of myself having gone through this process. And it really is a nice look in the mirror in terms of understanding my strengths, my limitations, my style, I'll share with you, I have a tendency, and it's probably having been an HR practitioner for as long, I'm so busy forming my answers, sometimes I'm not listening to what the person's saying all the way through. And it was fascinating learning things about myself like that through the process that I know if I learn from them, and I will, that will make me a more effective coach as I go forward.
Absolutely. So what is next, Bill, for you in the journey?
Well, I want to close out this class successfully, and as I contemplate going forward, I am thrilled to have learned from this experience. I've had fun with it. The next steps are applying what I've learned, whether that's in a corporate environment, because that'll make me a more effective coach internally with my peers or to my supervisor. Or should I, go out into the world of consulting, in addition to what HR disciplines that I hopefully can share my scar tissue about and help organizations with, coaching is an important part of that as well. So I'm very excited about the future, and I think IECL has given me some great tools to go forward.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you so much. It's been great to chat today, and I wish you the very best with everything that the future holds. Sounds good.
Oh, thank you, and thank you, and Paula, for your wonderful job of running the program and the cohort group that was assembled.
I will pass that on. Thank you, Bill.